Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. I just let a log out of my hole and Capcom has a plagiarism problem. Skip it up and that up. So it's funny. Shout out to my editor for sending me this news story. And I forgot that this isn't a new thing with Capcom. They have been plagiarizing other people's work for a while now. And they need to figure out what the hell's going on at their company because it's getting out of control. So Capcom announced on Monday that Street Fighter 6 is a thing. They had a nothing burger trailer that showed no gameplay. I absolutely despise when companies do that. Obviously, they're working on another Street Fighter game. It's a wildly popular series for Capcom. Why the hell would they not be working on a new Street Fighter? But nonetheless, we know we already knew they definitely were, but we definitely know now. And they showed off a new logo. Okay, fine, but there is a problem with that logo, a big problem. Want to know what that problem is? The new Street Fighter 6 logo is identical to a $80 stock image on Adobe's website. Don't believe me? Take a look. There is the stock image from Adobe, which you could purchase for $80 to get the extended license, and here is Street Fighter 6's logo. Just take a look at them. Here they are side by side. There are barely any differences. That is blatant plagiarism right there. They just literally ripped off Adobe. This is what Ars Technica's creative director Ulrich Lawson had to say about this on Twitter. The new Street Fighter 6 logo is $80 on Adobe's stock site. I don't even know what to say. I knew it was generic, but I didn't realize it was this bad. They searched for SF on a stock logo site and rounded a couple corners, literally, and added a 6. I cannot. And he's right. Look at it again. Look at it again. They barely did anything to it. The hexagon border around the SF is a little thinner. They rounded some of the corners around the letters, and they added a 6 and some, like, paint splotches. And here's the thing. This isn't just a one-off. Capcom has been known for plagiarizing before. I almost forgot about it until after my editor mentioned this story, and I'm like, holy crap, this is a thing at Capcom. They plagiarize way more than any company ever should. You should never plagiarize, but it's amazing how often they got caught. Remember with Resident Evil Village? They plagiarized there too. Dutch filmmaker Richard Raphorst released in 2013 a film called Frankenstein's Army, and he had an enemy in there that looked like this. Now, if you look at Resident Evil Village, the Strum monster, they look kind of similar, don't they? They look almost identical. It's almost like Capcom stole someone else's work again, and he was not happy about it. But it doesn't stop there. In Resident Evil 4, Capcom plagiarized assets. Like, this is an ongoing thing with Capcom. In 1996, a woman named Judy Jersarak released a book called Surfaces, and it also came with a CD-ROM of the images that were in the book. Now, this is a shattered glass texture from the book Surfaces. Look at the Resident Evil 4 logo and look at that shattered glass that's kind of blended in with it. And if you, as you see, they're taking it away and doing whatever Capcom did with that shattered glass image, and it's in the 4. If you match it up, it's identical. They literally just lifted that shattered glass image from her book and just plopped it on their logo again. And here's another image from the Surfaces book. It's called ME009. And then when you look at how it was used in Resident Evil 4, you see like kind of like in the right-hand side, there's that like opening in it's not as textured there. Look at the Resident Evil 4 images. It's the same blotch. It's the same exact organic kind of pattern that's there. That can't be a coincidence. That can't be. And you want to know how we know it's not? Check this out. This comes from Polygon.com, and I quote here, "The file names for at least one of the images from the Capcom hacked files are the same file names as those used on the Surfaces CD-ROM." They were using the same names for their files. Like, what else do you need, okay? She alleged The lawsuit shows a metal texture that was labeled ME009 on Jurisec's CD-ROM and labeled the same in the Capcom folder. So they didn't even really try to hide the fact that they were ripping her off. And here's another Surfaces image, ME079, and then if you look at the Aria remake, it's the same damn image. This is a thing with Capcom. They must have Philip Mewson working at Capcom now, because they're not even trying to hide the fact that they're ripping off other people's hard work and assets. This just drives me insane too, because as a guy on YouTube, I go out of my way I mention the articles that I cite from. I put the articles in the description. I always try to give credit where credit's due. And here's a wildly successful game developer and publisher who's just straight up ripping off other people, and they're not even really trying to hide it at all. It's really blatant. Now, this is an update regarding Judy Jurasek, who made the book Surfaces. This comes from Polygon. This was actually updated just this month. Photographer Judy A. Jurasek and Resident Evil developer Capcom have filed to dismiss the lawsuit regarding the use of Jurasek's alleged stolen photographs in Capcom games. They're more than alleged. It's painfully obvious that Capcom ripped her off. Details of the resolved dispute are not publicly available. Reached for comment, Jurasek's lawyer pointed Polygon toward a prepared statement. Jurasek's lawyer, Jonathan A. Winter, declined to provide further comment. Capcom and Judy Jurasek have amicably resolved their dispute concerning the alleged use of Miss Jurasek's photos in Capcom's games. A dismissal was filed on February 7th, 2022, with the District of Connecticut to end the lawsuit, meaning that she got paid, which that's probably what she wanted. It's her work. Capcom should have paid her, and she got paid, and she dismissed the lawsuit. It's that simple. This is absolutely incredible, man. Here is a major game developer, and they're not even trying to hide the fact that they plagiarized. Again, look at the images from the Surfaces book and what they lifted from it for Resident Evil 4. Look at the Street Fighter 6 logo. That's a zero effort logo that they ripped off from Adobe, that you could spend $80 to get that same logo. It's absolutely insane. And plagiarism is never okay. It's one of the, as an artist, is one of the lowest things that you can do. And Capcom, you're supposed to be better than this. And people are going to start catching on. If this happens again, it's going to be disastrous for you. It should already be disastrous now. Do not plagiarize. And anytime a company or anybody does it, they should be called out. You shouldn't just steal someone else's hard work. This is Rich at Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.